Well, everyone, this is Jason from Surviving Alaska again, and it's wintertime. It's December 1st, and I just checked the outside temperature right now, and it is a balmy 4 degrees positive Fahrenheit. Very chilly. And what I've got here is a stack of wood that I just broke off a tree, and what we're going to do is try to simulate a situation where, if you had to get a fire going, what might be a good viable reason when it's really cold and really snowy out. You can see here I've got some big chunk logs. I've got some birch bark off of a paper birch. I've got some dried spruce boughs ripped off with lots of old man's beard there. And in this tin right here, what my daughter and I did is we took some cotton balls and basically put wax on them. And I saw another guy do this with some beeswax. This is just regular paraffin wax, and we're going to see if we can get that to work with a ferro rod. And if you go over here, my daughter's holding this necklace she made, which is pretty cool actually. Comes with the ferro rod and the striker you get at the store for $5. It's a cheapo ferro rod. And then she actually weaved this little paracord necklace, which is I think 6 or 8 feet, which is kind of cool. And they're pretty handy. So we're going to give this a shot, and we'll be back to you here in a second. Okay, guys, so what we're going to do actually first, we're going to clear out some of this top layer of snow. And there's lots of videos out there about how to make a fire in the snow and laying down sticks and making a base. Our snow right now is only about 6 to 8 inches deep, so I'm just going to dig out a spot right here. So if you get a stick, if you don't have anything else, dig a lot of this snow out of the way. And that way, as the fire is burning also, you're not melting all this snow in your fire, and all that moisture is getting sucked into your heat. You just got this ground, and the ground's actually insulated by the snow, so it'll be a little bit wet too, but not bad. So we're gonna get that going like that. Just a nice little spot here. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our spruce boughs, even with the old man's beard here that's on it, and we're gonna lay that as our base on the bottom. And this is gonna give us somewhere to set our wax on top to get going. That. And that's going to be our little fire bed. And then we're going to break up the rest of this stuff for pieces to put on when we get it going. And then once we get that ready, we'll get back with you. Stay tuned. Turned off. Okay, so we got a nice little bed right here, all of our old man's beard and spruce. We have our little pile of wood here we got broke up, and some bigger stuff over here. So what my daughter's going to do is she's going to carefully break this open, try to get it from the center there, and see if it's still cottony on the inside. And it's going to be hard because it's cold out. Can you get it? See? This is why we test things like this. Okay, so let me try it here. Here, you film me here real quick. Well, one of those deals where you're going to need a knife. Leatherman Wingman. Good multi-tool. Do this. Watch the boughs there. You don't want to step on them. So get it over here maybe and just cut this open. And we're hoping that when we did the wax, it didn't go all the way through. We're hoping it's still kind of fluffy in the center there. That's what we're hoping for. Oh, look at that. Now if you see in there, that's still cotton. Here, let's get a better angle maybe. See how that's nice and fluffy in there? That's what we're looking for right there. That's awesome. So we've got a good case of wax. I'm going to pull it out a little bit to give it some surface area so we can get it going with the ferro rod. And now I'll give this back to my daughter here. I'll have her go ahead and set it on the boughs down there. And now what we want to do, leave that up just like that so we can get a spark on it. She's going to go ahead and take that off her necklace now and get this going on here. But the idea is that we get this thing ignited and hopefully the wax will wick and this thing will burn for a long time, we're hoping. So So let's give it a shot, see if we can't get it to go up here. We'll get down closer. Closer. There you go. You gotta give her credit for trying. She's 10 years old, so a little harder maybe on the down. That was close. Try it again. Shh, I know, thanks. So don't start at the very top. Start about halfway up. There you go. Put it right there. Try that. There you go. It's close. It's close too. Okay. Keep going. It's okay, keep going. I know your hands are getting cold, so I'm starting to fire. Close too.
I got stick.
Want me to try? Okay, we're gonna switch here. You film a little bit and I'll try it. How about? Okay, now I'm gonna do mine a little bit different. I'm gonna go from the top down here. And there it goes. Get it on the camera there. So we got it going here. Go and put a little bit on top there. Whoa, easy, 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 easy. Now hold that. I hope that's gonna burn. It looks like it went out. So let's try this again. Just a second. Okay, we're back. So what I did is I tore it in half and tried to pull more of that cotton out to give it some more. Oh, close up. Hello. Try to give it some more surface area so it didn't go out. It went out last time, so I broke it up, kind of rolled the wax around to break it up a little bit. There again, when it's super cold out, it's hard to get a fire going and hard to keep it going. So we'll see what happens this time. So obviously I took the spark easy enough. Looks like we got some of the old man's beard on fire there too, but seems like it wants to kind of go out. Doesn't really want to burn much, looks like. That did, but then grab some of this other stuff here and see if I can get it going here.
Whoa! I don't need the shovel!
Oh, awesome. There's our shovel, Marion. Good job. We found our snow shovel. Okay, well, people, it's not working out so hot. So, could be I put too much wax on there. This I'm going to rip all the way open. Take this one back out. It went out again, as you can see, it just went out. So, we need to get way more surface area. So I took this one, ripped it in half. And we'll try that again. Now we got that right there. Got a little moss bundle right here. We'll keep that handy. It's no secret that this cotton ball goes up. I mean, everybody in the survival world knows that. Camping world, whatever case may be. So we'll try it. Third time the charm. How about? There it goes. Now what I'm wondering here is if the wax is too thick that I put on there and it's not allowing it to melt and actually wick. So this one looks like it's burning a little bit better here. We'll see. It's starting to catch some of that bundle underneath on fire. So I'm going to let this burn for a second. It's obviously wicking better. So obviously surface area is the issue here. Letting air get to it. This is working tons better. As you can see, it's been burning for about 20 seconds now. Which, if you have a good tinder bundle, things ready to go, it shouldn't be a problem at all. So the good news is, out of the two we started with, we have 1.5 fires left over, and if they both work this good, then we're good to go. You know, and a lot of people use Vaseline, beeswax, things of that nature. But to be honest with you, you can get a used paraffin candle at a Salvation Army for $1/4. and make 100 of these balls. So it's definitely dirt cheap. You know, Wilderness Outfitters, Dave Canterbury's always talking about Common Man, you know, getting good stuff for cheap. This is a good way to do it. So this is why I like doing it, and it's obviously starting to wick now, and it's catching that wood on fire. It's been going for over a minute, which is good size flame. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of this on the side here and see what happens. And there again, this stuff is cold and wet, so it's gonna smoke, it's gonna smolder, but continue to give that thing some air. We did get some birch bark, like I said, off a tree here, so this stuff's like gasoline. We'll see what happens when we put that next to it. I'm sure that'll go up and give us a good hot flame here pretty quick.
Fire!
Calm down, Miriam.
Oh, cool.
So just throw that on top and you're good to go. And you know, there again, I didn't let that thing burn for a great long time before I threw some wood on there, just for the simple fact, let's back the camera up. For the simple fact that before you even go to start a fire, you need to have your stuff ready to go here. It just makes a lot of sense. Really silly. People try to get a fire going, then realize they don't have their kindling, tinder, whatever, and it ends up being bad. And shoot, some of this we're gonna probably save actually.
Daddy, can I do this?
No. Let me see. Thanks. So, like I said, this stuff is wet. Most of it's frozen, and we're just trying to get a little bit of a fire built up here. And I'm gonna throw some birch on there, throw some of this on top here. Fire's like chaos, obviously, so let's see what this does here for us.
You can feel it on my cheeks.
It's getting warm, huh? So there you go. Got a fire going, got my wood here going. Just gonna keep feeding this. Well, my last video cut out short. I used my iPhone to film stuff. I think it's pretty handy. But as you can see here, we got a fire going, and making those cotton balls with the paraffin wax actually worked really well. Just breaking it open and pulling it out didn't quite cut it. Sorry for the gas-powered brown bears running by. We're in the backyard. You break it in half, you rip it open, you fluff up the inside of it to where the wax is kind of on the bottom and all your cotton's on top, and you hit that. And that does ignite, and it did wick really good and got our fire going. It burned for a good minute and a half, roughly, I think. And it probably would have burnt longer than that, but the idea was just to show that it actually worked. And for getting a used candle at a Salvation Army, which I recommend that over Goodwill, just go on the Salvation Army guy. But you can get candles for less than $1. You can make 100 of these, like I said earlier. And apparently the ones we made, you get 2 fires out of 1 cotton ball, so you can make quite a bit for almost nothing. All I gotta say is make sure you got your some wood underneath you to let the air flow, so you don't get all the moisture sucked out. Get a good pile of tinder ready to go, get some wood going, and then have a bunch of little kids that'll go gather wood for you, keep the fire going. But it was just a demonstration to show how those work, how you can get it going, and how you can actually get the fire sustained at 4 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 4 degrees positive right now. Pretty chilly. But as cold as it gets, one way you can survive Alaska is know how to make fire. See you next time.